In this video, we'll be taking a look at 4 college basketball games happening on December 30th, 2024, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 8 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 4 college basketball games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start: if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Cincinnati versus Kansas State. The highly anticipated Big 12 conference play begins on Monday with a matchup between the 17th-ranked Cincinnati Bearcats, who boast an impressive 10-1 overall record and are 0-0 in conference play, and the Kansas State Wildcats, who enter the game with a less stellar 6-5 record and are also 0-0 in the Big 12. This will be the first time these teams meet this season, though they crossed paths last year in a thrilling game where Cincinnati narrowly secured a 2-point victory on their home court. Cincinnati heads into this matchup riding high on confidence after a dominant performance against Grambling, defeating them 84-49 as 29.5-point home favorites. Meanwhile, Kansas State is looking to rebound after a disappointing road loss to Wichita State, where they fell 84-65 despite being favored by 1.5 points. The transfer portal, while often viewed as a valuable tool for roster building, has not yet yielded the desired results for the Kansas State Wildcats this season. The program brought in several high-profile transfers, including Hawson from Villanova, McDaniel from Michigan, and Hawkins from Illinois, each of whom has demonstrated significant talent at the collegiate level. However, the challenge has been integrating these new players into a cohesive unit. Issues with team chemistry have hindered the Wildcats' ability to perform consistently, and this problem has been evident in their recent outings. Kansas State was favored to win its last 2 games, but lost both to Drake and Wichita State. Until their lineup finds a way to gel and play as a unified team, Kansas State is likely to struggle against high-caliber competition. Currently, Kansas State ranks a modest 107th in offensive efficiency, a stark contrast to Cincinnati, which boasts an impressive ranking of 5th in defensive efficiency. The Bearcats rely heavily on their athletic defense, channeling opponents' offensive efforts toward their towering 7-footer Bandeago, who dominates the paint. Offensively, Cincinnati has 4 players averaging double figures, and their defense tends to travel well, giving them a strong advantage even in away games. While there is often a case to be made for supporting a home underdog like Kansas State, this particular Wildcats team seems to be unraveling. Internal issues, including dismissals from the program and personality conflicts, appear to be spilling over onto the court and affecting their performance. Despite having what initially appeared to be a talented roster, Kansas State has failed to live up to expectations, making them difficult to trust in this matchup. Cincinnati, by contrast, seems well positioned to capitalize on Kansas State's struggles and secure another victory, so the Cincinnati Bearcats to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. A major factor driving Cincinnati's success this season has been its exceptional defense. The Bearcats rank 5th in the nation in adjusted defensive efficiency, allowing a mere 93 points per 100 possessions. Additionally, they are also 5th in the country in raw points allowed per game, surrendering an average of just 58.5 points. On the other hand, Kansas State has yet to establish consistency on offense this season. They currently rank 107th in adjusted offensive efficiency, managing an average of 110.5 points per 100 possessions. Moreover, neither of these teams is known for playing at a particularly fast pace. Kansas State ranks 173rd in adjusted tempo, averaging 68.7 possessions per 40 minutes, while Cincinnati is even slower, sitting at 275th with an average of 66.3 possessions per 40 minutes. Cincinnati has frequently hit the under this season due to their suffocating defense and deliberate pace of play, and this game is likely to follow a similar pattern. In this opening Big 12 game for both teams, expect each squad to approach the game cautiously, taking time to analyze and adapt to their opponent while minimizing errors. Both teams are comfortable playing at a slower pace, with Cincinnati ranking 274th in pace of play and Kansas State ranking 169th. The game will likely feature a methodical half-court approach, with Cincinnati leveraging its elite 5th-ranked defense to stifle a Kansas State offense that has struggled to find its rhythm and ranks only 107th in efficiency. Kansas State, aware of its recent difficulties, will likely aim to slow the game down further to keep the score close on their home floor. The struggles of Kansas State's new transfers, including Doug McDaniel and Coleman Hawkins, both of whom performed better statistically with their previous teams, further underscore their offensive challenges. Cincinnati has gone under the total in 9 of its last 10 games, reflecting their defensive dominance and preference for a slower pace. All signs point to a low-scoring, defense-oriented battle in this Big 12 opener. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Houston versus Oklahoma State. Big 12 Conference action officially kicks off on Monday night with an exciting clash between the number 15 Houston Cougars and the Oklahoma State Cowboys. These two teams are familiar with one another, having faced off last season, a game in which Houston emerged victorious with a decisive 16-point win on their home court. Heading into this matchup, Houston is riding high after an easy home victory against Texas Agricultural and Mechanical Corpus Christi, where they dominated with an 87-51 win, comfortably covering the 30.5-point spread. Meanwhile, Oklahoma State recently hosted Oral Roberts, securing an 86-74 victory, but falling short of covering the 19.5-point spread. This matchup marks the beginning of what is sure to be a fiercely competitive Big 12 Conference schedule. As conference play gets underway, I lean toward giving the edge to the home team, Oklahoma State, in this pivotal opener. While Houston is undeniably a highly ranked team, their current ranking seems to rely heavily on their reputation and strong performances over the past couple of seasons. However, now 11 games into the season, their most notable victory was against Notre Dame, a game in which they were 16.5-point favorites but failed to cover the spread. Whenever Houston has faced genuine challenges this season, they've struggled, suffering losses to 2 ranked opponents and an unranked San Diego State team. This game presents another significant test as they travel to take on Oklahoma State. The Cowboys boast a roster filled with size and athleticism, and their home gym is expected to be packed with energized supporters. Oklahoma State's top 3 scorers are all over 6'6" and excel at attacking around the rim, posing a serious problem for Houston, a team that lacks significant size and relies heavily on perimeter scoring. Houston's primary interior presence, the 6'8" Roberts, is likely to be outmatched by Ousmane and the rest of Oklahoma State's formidable front court. All signs point to Oklahoma State stepping up and delivering a strong performance in their conference opener, so the Oklahoma State Cowboys to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. The start of conference play brings a noticeable shift in intensity, with games becoming more physical and coaching staffs demonstrating a deeper familiarity with their opponents. Houston, for its part, plays an extremely methodical game, ranking 361st nationally in pace of play. Their style is characterized by deliberately long possessions aimed at creating high-percentage scoring opportunities. Additionally, Houston boasts the nation's 3rd-best defensive efficiency, using their slow offensive pace and elite defensive capabilities to suppress their opponent's scoring and keep games low scoring. This strategy has been evident in recent results, as Houston has gone under the total in 3 of their last 4 games. Oklahoma State, on the other hand, typically favors a faster style of play, but they will likely adapt in this matchup to avoid increasing the number of possessions for Houston's dynamic guards, Cryer and Sharp, who each shoot over 40% from beyond the arc. Oklahoma State will likely welcome the chance to slow the pace and leverage their size advantage in the post. The trends also support a lower-scoring game. The under has hit in 6 of Houston's 11 games this season and in 6 of the 9 games where Houston was a double-digit favorite. While the over is 3-2 in games Oklahoma State has played at home, Houston's defense is a different beast, arguably the best in the country. This contest is shaping up to be a grind, with both teams favoring lengthy possessions and focusing on defensive stops. Furthermore, Oklahoma State's offense has been inconsistent, ranking 220th nationally in field goal percentage, which will further contribute to a lower scoring affair. Coupled with the fact that Houston ranks as the 4th slowest team in the nation, a slow-paced, defensive battle seems inevitable. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. TCU versus Arizona. It's a showdown between teams from the Big 12 Conference as they clash on the basketball court in pursuit of victory under the Arizona skies. The TCU Horned Frogs are heading westward to face the Arizona Wildcats in a Monday night matchup. TCU enters this game riding the momentum of an 82-48 home victory over Montana State in their last outing on Sunday, a performance where they comfortably covered the spread as 10.5-point favorites. Meanwhile, Arizona delivered a commanding 94-41 win over Central Michigan at home on Saturday, easily covering the line as 27.5-point favorites. Historically, TCU holds a narrow 2-1 edge in their all-time series, but Arizona triumphed in their most recent meeting with an 85-80 overtime victory during the second round of the NCAA tournament at the Viejas Arena in San Diego on March 20, 2022. In the all-time head-to-head record, TCU leads 2-1, with all previous matchups occurring on neutral courts. This game, however, presents an intriguing challenge as Arizona appears to have a clear advantage on paper, boasting a high-octane offense that TCU struggles to match in firepower. Despite this, the Horned Frogs bring a formidable defense to the table, which could serve as their key weapon to stay competitive. To have any chance of slowing down Arizona, TCU must deploy their defensive strategies effectively from the outset and prevent the Wildcats from building an early lead. This contest also carries recent history as the two teams last faced each other during the 2022 NCAA tournament, where Arizona claimed an 85-80 overtime victory. While TCU currently has a better overall record, their offensive production has been inconsistent throughout the season. The Horned Frogs may excel defensively, but they face an Arizona squad that has recently improved its defensive play as well. Arizona's dominance on the boards this season has been a critical factor in their success, as they consistently generate second-chance opportunities while denying their opponents similar chances. Furthermore, the Wildcats have demonstrated efficiency at the free throw line and accuracy from the field. These elements collectively give Arizona a significant edge in this matchup, especially with the support of their home crowd. TCU, still winless on the road this season, is likely to face an uphill battle, so the TCU Horned Frogs to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full-game side pick. This game features two contrasting offensive styles. Arizona boasts an explosive offensive unit capable of scoring at will on most nights. Their only offensive struggles this season came in two games where they scored fewer than 60 points, both against ranked opponents. In all other outings, they have scored at least 76 points, frequently surpassing that mark, including 3 games where they hit triple digits and 3 of their last 4 games with 94 or more points. Statistically, Arizona ranks 43rd in tempo and 32nd in adjusted offensive efficiency according to Ken Palm, while TCU lags behind at 175th in tempo and 177th in adjusted offensive efficiency. The Horned Frogs' scoring has been inconsistent, as evidenced by their recent performances of 58 points in one game and 82 in another, both wins. However, they have scored 70 or more points in 7 games this season, which would be a significant contribution in this matchup. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Iowa State versus Colorado. The third-ranked Iowa State Cyclones will aim to extend their current winning streak as they head to Boulder to face the Colorado Buffaloes. These two teams previously met on November 27th during the Maui Invitational, where Iowa State came out victorious with a dominant 99-71 win. The Cyclones have been on a tear, winning 7 consecutive games, including their most recent blowout victory over Morgan State. On the other hand, Colorado has also been on a strong run, claiming their 4th consecutive win after a commanding victory over Bellarmine at home. It's a rare occurrence when teams from the same conference face off before the official start of conference play, but in this case, these two teams have already matched up, with Iowa State thoroughly defeating Colorado 99-71. In their first encounter, Iowa State completely overpowered Colorado, and while it's expected that this upcoming game will be a bit more competitive, the Cyclones are still expected to come out on top. Iowa State is widely regarded as one of the most explosive and deepest teams in the country. The Cyclones boast 6 players who are averaging double digits in points per game, and they excel in both perimeter shooting and inside scoring. Colorado, however, has been plagued by turnover issues all season long, ranking 318th in the nation for turnovers per game. In contrast, Iowa State ranks 10th in the nation in steals per game and has been excellent at converting those steals into easy points. Additionally, Colorado has relied heavily on getting to the free throw line, but Iowa State has proven to be exceptional at playing tough defense without committing excessive fouls. Overall, Iowa State is the superior team in this matchup, and it's expected that they will dominate the paint once again. Colorado's schedule has been relatively weak, and the Buffaloes have struggled when faced with stronger competition. Iowa State has been a well-oiled machine on both sides of the court, ranking 8th in the nation in field goal percentage and 5th in free throws made. Colorado's turnover problems will likely be magnified in this game, and I don't don't see the home court advantage providing enough of an edge for Colorado to keep this game close. While it's sometimes tempting to consider a potential revenge spot for the home team, the Cyclones are simply the far superior team here and are especially strong defensively. I fully expect Iowa State to win the turnover battle and dominate the rebounding statistics once again. Given their overall strength on both ends of the floor, the Iowa State Cyclones to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. In their first meeting, these two teams combined for a total of 170 points, with Iowa State nearly reaching 100 points on their own. The Cyclones are one of the most efficient offensive teams in the nation and currently rank 86th in field goals attempted per game. Colorado struggled significantly to defend the paint in that first matchup, and in the end, 6 Iowa State players finished in double figures. Although Colorado managed to score 71 points, they committed 18 turnovers in the game, which led to Iowa State scoring 37 points off those turnovers. The Cyclones were able to score easily in transition, making it an even more lopsided contest. Neither of these teams has made substantial changes since their last encounter, and I expect Iowa State to score over 80 points once again in this matchup. Colorado does have capable scorers in Hammond III and Jakimovsky, but the overall advantage lies with Iowa State. Given that both teams combined for 170 points in the first meeting, it's reasonable to expect this game to reach at least the 150 seconds. Iowa State has scored 81 points or more in all 11 of their games this season, and Colorado has managed to score at least 71 points in 10 of their 11 contests. With both teams showing an ability to put up points consistently, the projected total seems too low. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.